Good morning, everyone. 学得好吗？足够吗？我觉得能量好像不足够，对不对？每年这个时候，我都跟同学讲哦，你的能量，对于我们很重要，尤其在台上，待会儿要表现的团队。所以我们再来多一次。当我讲 Good morning 的时候，你们回应比较大声一点，好不好 ？OK，Good morning, everyone. More like it 哈，哦，谢谢谢谢。当然今天I'm going to have my opening speech today, and of course, we are certainly very honored, sir, to actually have our senior ministers of state from the Prime Minister's office, Mr. Desmond Tan, to actually be our guest of honor and to actually witness our event itself. Sir, thank you so much. All right, so please give a round of applause to Mr. Desmond Tan. I think more importantly, sir, we really appreciate your coming, especially today, because today I know it's a very special day for you. Can I say it, sir? Because today our Senior Minister of State's wife, Madam, and his son is celebrating his birthday. So despite of having his own arrangement, right, he has actually made time for us. So for this day itself, we want to wish your Madam and your son a happy birthday. At the same time, we are really, really grateful for you taking your valuable time off, especially today, to come and join us for our competition today. Can we have a big round of applause? And of course, today itself, we do have a lot of people that we want to thank. And first and foremost, I would like to give a word of thanks to the Vice President of the President of the China Chamber of International Commerce, Mr. Chen Yafei. Chen Yafei 会长，谢谢你。And next on the list, Ms. Wang, which is the Vice President of the China Council for the Promotion of International Trade, Commercial Sub-Council. Thanks, Madam. Thank you. And Mr. Yao Xing. Yao Xing is the Secretary General of the China Council for Promotion of International Trade, Commercial Sub-Council. Thanks for you to be with us. And to also let you know that Mr. Chen Yafei is also the founding member of the Global Chinese Marketing Federation, which I'm going to talk about it in a while. And together with us, I would like to also introduce Professor Ren Li Song from Taiwan. Thank you, Prof. 你们看嘛，台湾队伍经常都是很大声的支持他们的那个教授，对不对？所以 Chinese 队伍啊，加油！ And of course, Prof. Sherman Lam from Hong Kong. And today I've also invited some very, very special guests. That's Prof. Amy from SUSS. Prof. Amy being our Vice Dean of our SUSS Business School. So thank you, ma'am. I know you've taken your time off to actually join us for this competition. I hope you like your competition so that next year we can bring our competition to SUSS again, like last year. Okay? All right. Thank you, ma'am. Please give a big round of applause. It's important to me. I'll tell you why. Because currently I'm also taking my doctorate, my DBA program with SUSS. So it's important that I will be able to perform well so that at least, I'll be given some brownie points. And next on the list, of course, I would like to give a word of thanks to my partner, and that's Dr. Roger Lau, or Prof. Roger Lau from our Marketing Institute of Singapore, please. Thank you, sir. I think all judges, you will know, Prof. Roger Lau is not an easy person when it comes to the judging criteria. So the team, for the winning teams itself, I think you can congratulate yourself. It's really very stringent, right? Our judging criteria. For those losing team, right, don't look for my judges. You can look for Prof. Roger Lau. Okay, and then of course there are a few people that I would really want to thank also. Prof. Jimmy. All right, Prof. Jimmy, thanks for helping us to arrange our judges also. So I think yesterday was a very tough day. So this being your second time itself, I think you have experienced enough. I think you have seen a lot of very well put up brand planning proposals. So please help me to give a round of applause to Prof. Jimmy. So there are some other people of our guests on the list itself. I think more importantly, let me introduce Mr. Vincent. For local Singaporean and some of the foreigners, you probably know who is Vincent. And you probably didn't know that Vincent is actually linked with our Marketing Institute of Singapore. Vincent is the one that signed checks in Singapore. He's our treasurer of the Marketing Institute of Singapore. Please help me to give you a big round of applause to him again. Okay, and of course, I would like to also introduce at this time Mr. Zheng Geping, Zheng Geping 大哥. All right. I think for some of the 国外的老师，这几年来你都有经常看到我们的郑Geping 大哥来出席我们的比赛，所以谢谢你今年也带着你的公司 Mr. Kevin Tay to attend our events. And thanks for supporting our events. So we hope to see more of you supporting our events also. There are a lot of people that I want to thank, and of course one of them is Mr. Charlson. Mr. Charles, thank you. So I don't know whether I should say this. Probably I will just go ahead and say it. Mr. Charles actually recently came out from the public sector to the private sector itself. But Mr. Charles is one of the, in fact, the graduates from NTU. MBA program as the Dean leads itself. So I think with his experience, I think the private sector will probably also gain from your knowledge of experience. Thank you, sir. And of course, to the rest of my peer, let me introduce Professor Dan and Mr. Kun Sakchai from the Marketing Association of Thailand. Thank you. Thanks for being with us. And our Philippines counterpart, Mr. Jerry Yao. Hi, Jerry. Jerry is sitting behind. Thank you. Jerry Yao. Thanks for coming. Thanks for bringing the team from Philippines to join us together with your madam itself. Okay. And of course, at this time, I would also like to give a word of thanks to all the staff. I think the staff have actually put in a lot of effort, both from the CCPIT and from the Marketing Institute of Singapore itself. In fact, planning an event like that is always never easy, okay? So the staff of the Marketing Institute of Singapore, please help me to give a big round of applause. Rachel,谢谢你, CCPIT. And if you to see someone that's very familiar among the MC itself, and that's BJ. BJ is actually from Philippines. He's actually our Philippine team. He also brought along a team to compete. And at the same time, it's also our country directors for our Philippine Marketing Institute of Singapore office. BJ, thank you so much. Okay, after thanking everyone, I think that's about it. No kidding. Okay, anyway, today, we'd like to also announce to all of you, you may not know, right? See, in fact, the GCMF, the Global Chinese Marketing Federation itself, this is our 10th anniversary. Okay, so it's been 10 years ago that we started. It's actually the brainchild of Mr. Chen Yafei itself to actually start a Global Chinese Marketing Federation. So this year, we are actually celebrating our 10th-year anniversary. And the founding day is actually on the 8月8号. So 8比较吉利, so 讨个吉利. So 8月8号 will be our 10-year anniversary. So thanks to all the founding members of the Global Chinese Marketing Federation. And that's why you all are here today, because of GCMF, collaboration with CCPIT and MIS, and of course with teams and Hong Kong itself, that you were able to come up with something that is very interesting for the competition. So today marks our 7th Global Brand Planning Competition, which is the GBPC, and our 3rd Business Events Planning Competition. And we are proud to organize this together with the GCMF and the rest of our founding members to showcase the bright and exciting marketing talents from both the polytechnic and universities from Singapore and from the region, okay? So every year since year 2014, the GBPC and the BEPC Grand Finals has always been held in Singapore for a very good reason, because Singapore is where you can see a lot of multinationals setting up their regional office, all right, and their headquarters in Singapore itself. And this, I think we have to thank our Singapore government for setting a very good infrastructures in setting up a business landscape that's very conducive for multinationals to actually set up their offices with all the support given by our government. So thanks to our Singapore government for doing a great job. And henceforth, Singapore is always being picked to be the venue for the final competition. So thank you. So, and on top of that, right, Singapore also produces a lot of our local brands, which are very widely known. I think one of them that I can name off is TWG, okay, and the Bacha itself. 有没有经过机场？在机场的时候有没有看到 那个 TWG 其实是个新加坡品牌 ，OK， 所以还有我有时候听到老师在问那个 Tiger Balm，Tiger Balm 也是新加坡的产品 ，OK， 所以如果你回去之前呢，如果可以的话，在机上顺便支持一下新加坡的品牌，是新加坡的产品 ，which is TWG 跟我们的 Tiger Balm，OK，thank you。All right, and of course, GCMF was set up to actually foster closer tie, not just for the Chinese, it's also for the non-Chinese community itself. So you can see our representative, which is from China, represented by Professor Dan and Kun Sak Chai, representing our GCMF, and of course Jerry Yao representing our Philippines. Now this year events not only give the student the opportunity to present their business idea, I think more importantly, the judges itself. All right, we've got very interesting pool of judges, and I'm proud to say that most of them are actually from SUSS, except one. And they are actually our DBA graduates and our undergrads from the DBA program. And the uniqueness of our judges, they are all both effectively bilingual, which is something that's very unique. The SUSS program itself, in fact, a lot of programs are actually bilingual in nature. So it's quite easy for me to actually select among our DBA doctorates and our undergrads itself to actually, and of course including professors itself, they are effectively bilingual. So henceforth, for the past 2 years, we've been inviting the judging panel from the SUSS itself. So I want to give a big round of applause to all our judges. I think you know who you are. Please stand up to receive the round of applause. So 给我们的评委一个鼓掌 ，including Professor Jimmy 。评委们劳苦功高哈，所以昨天真的经过一整天 ，it's very stressful to judge competition like that. You know, I still remember initial years I was part of the judging panel itself, and especially when you have gone through all the teams presenting for 20 minutes and subsequently the Q&A itself is never easy. Okay, and to all the students that actually came for our competition today. Now, besides competition itself, I think more importantly, this offers you an opportunity to actually network, to actually know your peers from the rest of other regions, from the rest of other universities. Okay, so take this as an opportunity. Do not just come in for the competition, but also an opportunity for you to know some of your peers, perhaps from Taiwan, from Singapore, from Philippines, from Bangladesh, and just to name a few. Okay, so I hope the students, you know, beyond competition, you will also gain many good friendship from this competition, and then trust me not, this friendship will extend beyond your academic time with your universities. So with that, I think more importantly, please take time to know each other. Okay? 中文组，你知道我在讲什么吗？没事啊，如果不懂的话，待会儿我们的那个视频 video 的话，我们会有一个 translation. Okay, I think with that enough said. I think more importantly, today is not about me. Today is about you. Okay, all the students, all the participants. So before I end my speech, I would like to also congratulate everyone. By being here, you're already a winner. Okay, because I know it's highly contested for this competition itself. So I would like to encourage you to give yourself a big round of applause for being here with us today. Okay, so with that, I think I'll end my speech. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you once again.